What is going on, man?
Are you the thing?
What thing?
The thing, you fucker.
I honestly don't know how to answer that.
Spoken like a true thing.
It's more of a question of what a thing is. Do you mean human?
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Then I can deduce I'm not the thing, dude.
Oh, shit. My bad. So you're still Philip?
Born and bred, brother. Born and bred.
Man, I thought you were the thing.
Is that why you burned my whole family with a flamethrower?
LOL, yeah. I guess. Hey, man. I'm really sorry about that.
Okay.
I mean, you have seen John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yes, I've seen John Carpenter's The Thing.
Well, then you can see how I was so freaked out by the whole alien shape-shifting thing that The Thing does.
It's a movie.
It is. Oh, well, shit, man. What do you say we just talk about The Thing then, bro?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Just don't burn me to death.
Oh, this thing? Oh, this thing's off. Don't worry. This is Carpenter on Ice Podcast Now. Your one-stop suburban sub-zero shop wherein your two frostbitten hosts, Michael, I swear I'm not the thing, Benton, and Philip, I haven't seen my thing in years, Shadburn, guide you through our collection of horror flicks, slasher movies, 80s and 90s action, and the choice nugs of one John Howard Carpenter. I'm Michael.
I'm Philip, the guy who hasn't seen his thing in years. And actually, no, it's more than years, whole lifetime. I'm a Ken doll.
He's never seen his penis because he's never had one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a crime. You know what a crime is? A crime isn't somebody steals your car, somebody fucking beats you. A crime is you're born with a completely just smooth plastic little boy pussy. Jock,
Yeah, no, not even that at all. It's nothing.
It's nothing. He's got nothing. Okay? Yeah. That's why we're podcasters. We don't have penises.
It's no thing.
It is no thing. Okay? But today, we're talking about something called The Thing. And if you could do us a favor and mash that like and subscribe button on YouTube, you'll never miss an episode. If you're just listening to the audio version, subscribe, leave a review. It helps us, helps you, helps everybody. It'll solve everybody's issues, world peace, okay? Also, check out our bonus episodes and behind-the-scenes content at patreon.com/PMTM. Philip. That thing. We're here to talk about The Thing.
The Thing. Not Thing 1 or Thing 2, but The Thing.
We're not talking about a thing. Again, we're not talking about something. We're not talking about no thing. We're talking about The Thing. The 1982 John Carpenter horror sci-fi classic. Yeah, man. Fuck. Okay, but let's get into it. Phil, John Carpenter month continues unabated.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has.
This movie is widely considered one of John Carpenter's best, if not John Carpenter's best. That's up for debate. Now, I've always said I'm more of a Escape from New York guy. Now, what I mean by that is there's just something about Escape from New York that I fucking cannot get out of my head. But The Thing is so fucking total. It is so terrifying. It is so upsetting. It's depressing. It's dark. It's bleak. It's nihilistic as fuck. I saw a clip of John Carpenter today from an interview from, I would imagine, the 90s, maybe early 2000s, okay? And he was saying, the movie starts hopeless and gets more hopeless. There's never a point in this movie where you're like, they're going to make it. You don't ever really get that feeling.
No.
It's always just kind of like, okay, it's the end of the world. We're in Antarctica. It starts with a bunch of fucking Nordic people, and well, not a bunch, but a couple of Nordic guys in a helicopter trying to just shoot a dog to death. And then it just gets more and more bleak. It's a depressing film.
It really is. Like there's this movie, The Thing, which is that like we were talking about, that dark doom and gloom, but I would also say The Descent's the same way. It has that no escape kind of feeling where it's like, yeah, they're probably all going to die.
That's the thing. There was an escape from New York. There's no escape from The Thing.
Yeah.
There's no escape plan. Let alone...
Isn't that a movie?
Huh?
Escape Plan? Isn't that like a Stallone movie?
I don't know.
Like way late Stallone, though. I mean, I think it is.
Wait, is that the one with him and De Niro?
No, this is like maybe like 2013. It's like him and like 50 Cent and I think Batista.
Okay, that sounds like shit.
It probably was.
If 50 Cent is in the movie sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, to be honest. Okay.
I don't know.
Did you ever see Get Rich or Die Trying? The 50 Cent movie? Like literally
No, I did not.
The 50 Cent movie? Oh, it's bad.
No.
When I was
bad. I played the 50 Cent game, 50 Cent and G Unit, Blood and Sand, where it's like a third-person shooter where you're 50 Cent and you have to rescue the G Unit from like the jihad. It's like PS2 or like
what?
PS3.
What?
Yeah.
You're in Afghanistan. What do you mean you have to rescue them from the jihad? What does jihad mean in that?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
From the Taliban?
Yeah, or just what's considered the Taliban, like in that. And it's like, why would they steal
So just like vaguely Middle Eastern people have captured the G Unit.
And 50 Cent.
And 50 Cent has to come rescue them.
Yes. I actually want to see if I can find a used copy of that.
I want to play it. I want to play that. I want to play at least 1 minute of that shitty video game. Does it have cutscenes?
Yes.
We're just like, oh man, you wait for our daddy 50 Cent to come rescue us. It's fucking Lloyd Banks.
Yeah, I don't know the rest of G Unit.
I don't either.
I just know Lloyd Banks.
I do too, and I forget why. Okay, so The Thing, adapted from a novella by John Campbell called "Who Goes There?" That's the way you're supposed to say that, by the way. Who goes there?
Yeah.
Which I thought would be a funny title for a hacky 90s sitcom about the Who living in a giant New York City loft apartment.
Okay, yeah.
The Who goes there. Just Roger Daltrey, you just went there.
Yeah.
You know.
Pete Townsend again.
Yeah, quit with the CP.
I was just doing research.
Yeah, exactly. But John Campbell wrote a ton of science fiction, short stories and articles and stuff like that in the 1930s before becoming editor of Astounding Science Fiction, which apparently is still around today. It's known as, I think, Analog Science Fiction Stories or something like that, but you can still find it. It's in print. He then went on to write about how slavery was awesome, so he's kind of a bitch. Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Kind of a shitty bitty.
Those writers back in the day, man.
Yeah, I know. It's like H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Like like hard pass Lovecraft sometimes. You know what I mean? Like most of his stories are like a white man did a thing and then the icky, Al Bagunda man showed up from a foreign land and made everything suck. Like the guy, like legit, H.P. Lovecraft sucks ass. Amazing fucking writing though.
Yeah.
Like there's
Like
just
out of this world shit.
yeah, well, yeah, literally, but you can't argue it. You cannot argue. H.P. Lovecraft fucking rules as a writer, but when you hear about his feelings on stuff, it's kind of like fuck your facts and your feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the articles he would send in. Like, this is the problem with the... It's like,
Oh, yeah.
no.
He was definitely a letter to the editor guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Loved his cat.
Loved his cat. I personally don't love the cat's name, and we're not going to talk about that. That is something for the audience to go Google.
Oh, yeah, the cat was like, man, I hate my name.
Yeah, that cat was just like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, my name should be Copernicus.
Yeah.
I should be like a beautiful, puffed-chested fucking orange tabby, and yet my name is, we're not going to say it, go Google it. It's astoundingly racist.
It's like, you could have called me Socks or Mittens. Or
No,
Food.
no. Copernicus.
Okay.
This is why you're a shitty cat owner, is you give them names like Socks and or Mittens. Copernicus. My cat is the center of the fucking universe, okay? Who Goes There was first adapted for the silver screen in 1951, and it was titled The Thing from Another World. That's such a 1950 sci-fi name.
Yeah. Well, they always had like long names, like Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Why is my toilet bowl red?
Your diet, sir. It's 1952. It's your diet. It's coffee and beef.
The Thing from Another World, 1951. Scary factoid, though it's not the factoids from beyond the scenes just yet. Scary factoid, Phil, the other world that this thing is from, Spice World. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what's up.
He came to Earth from Spice World to spice up our lives.
Yeah, man. And let's just say that spice was a little scary. It was a little squarey.
What's a scary spice?
No.
Oh, it wasn't Scary Spice?
No, it wasn't Scary Spice. It was Posh Spice. Is there a Scary Spice?
Yeah, she was actually the real scary one.
She was the really fucking scary one, bro.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, many critics, I wrote my notes on little stickies. No, but seriously, many critics have read between the lines and suggest that the 1950 version of The Thing, adapted from Who Goes There? Again, the only proper way to pronounce it. It's really a pro-McCarthyism allegory about the hunt for communists in our midst.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas like nowadays you can just like go on Facebook and just be like, I'm a communist and I think literally everybody who's not me should be shot in the face.
Yeah.
Because I think
I also support genocide, but I'll call other people out for genocide.
It is considered. Let me ask you this real quick. Have you ever seen The Thing from Another World?
No, and I'm going to tell you this. I have not seen a lot of like those like 1950s like stuff.
You're
like
such
horror,
a fucking pussy.
Oh, I am, dude. I'm like 1970 and up. Except for like the classics like Frankenstein, The Wolfman, and like Dracula and shit. But and the original Night of the Living Dead.
I think that was 1968.
Okay, so that was the 60s, but
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Probably like, besides that and Psycho, might be the oldest.
Really?
Besides, like I said, like the classics.
Yeah, I understand you saw a lot of the classics, but you just didn't see. That's interesting. No, I've seen. I grew up watching 1950s horror movies. I still put them on. I'll put on like what was it called? Attack of the Gila Monster or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
That.
Where it's just like a giant lizard in a terrarium. Then they put little fucking toy car models in there, and they're like, "Oh no, it's on top of my car." Shield yourself, honey. You know, that kind of shit.
Another one that's like that, but it's like mutated badgers or something, and they just put badger-looking costumes on dogs. They just like walk around with their tails wagging, and they're like, "Oh no, they're gonna kill us!" It's just licking his face.
I love that shit.
Now.
I love that shit. I love that shit. But no, it actually is considered a really fucking good horror film, the original. And I gotta read you what one 1950s movie critic wrote, because it is the most 1950s fucking thing I've ever read, okay? This is from the Thursday, May 3rd, 1951 edition of the New York Slimes, right? Bosley Crowther wrote, quote, "Adults and children can have a lot of old-fashioned movie fun at the thing, but parents should understand their children and think twice before letting them see this film if their emotions are not properly conditioned."
Oh, wow.
I know. Like, here's how you would say that now. Hey, like, for real, this could really, like, scare your kids. You know what I mean? Like, the New York Times doing a trigger warning in 1951, and apparently Gen Z are the big fat pussies. Anywho.
I mean, the 50s, they were offended by everything.
They were offended by black people having rights. They were offended by the idea of, confirmed bachelors like myself. Like, they were offended by every fucking thing. Rock and roll, you need to understand. Gen Z fans of ours, you need to understand. The idea of a white man standing on stage, shaking his little fanny, they edited that out. That was censored like fucking like cream pie porn is today, okay?
Yeah.
That was not okay. It was not okay to be a white man and shake your little fanny. Little fanny. You couldn't shake your fanny.
Women couldn't either.
Women couldn't. Women in the 1950s, it was like the movie Boxing Helena, okay? All of their arms and legs were chopped off, and they were kept in a little box under the bed. Okay? And in the second they started being like, I don't know, maybe I could have a job, it was just like, And they would shoot you out of a fucking cannon into the next town. It was not okay back then to be a lady. Anyway.
Let's just say it wasn't Pleasantville.
Right? No, no, I would say it was the first half of Pleasantville. It just wasn't the second half.
True.
Jesus. Did you even...
I only watched the first half.
Oh, yeah. No, it sounds like you only watched the second half.
Yeah, true.
You need to, like, understand your own jokes and references. You need to understand them before you say them.
I know. I need to understand them.
You need to understand them. Thank you. Anyways, that's the 1950s. Flash forward to the 1970s. Catching you up on the thing here. The 1970s. That is... let me check my notes. That is when racism officially ended. Mm-hmm. And everyone was just a couple of wild and crazy guys. Bell bottoms, wood paneled. You said what?
The hippies won.
The hippies won. Okay? From the 1970s onwards. Perfection. Okay? Okay? Wood paneled bathrooms. That's how good it was. That's how fucking good the 70s were, dude.
Huge green shag carpet that just looks like diarrhea.
And who doesn't love diarrhea? The hippies came in and they said, "Excuse me, this wood floor, okay? Diarrhea flavored carpet."
Yeah, and
diarrhea flavored carpet. In the 70s, ask if you ain't heard. Carpet was flavored after diarrhea. It was baby puke green. The entire country was coated in fucking just shitty yellowish brown. It was a beautiful time. Beautiful time.
And don't forget, like, shitty light fixtures where they're like on like chains, like hanging off the wall kind of thing, like a weird.
Yeah, this was a good time. Everything looked really cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's in my notes. No, I got that. Yeah, shitty chained chandeliers.
Yeah.
Okay. A producer named Wilbur Stark, 1975, was approached by a couple of Wall Street finance bros who somehow had obtained the remake rights to a like 25 RKO classic pictures. Okay. Now these are finance bros. Think Gordon Gekko type shit. They don't know fucking shit about movies, so they just kind of sell the rights to Wilbur Stark. They're just like, here you go. Here's the movie rights. Stark turns around and sells those remake rights to Universal Pictures. And for a couple years, it goes around to different directors. For a time, Tobe Hooper, friend of the show, director of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, was attached to make The Thing from Another World remake. But it keeps stalling out, right? They can't get the money. People aren't sure. Is this something we actually want to do? Do we want to remake a bunch of old monster movies? That kind of stuff. Everything changes in 1979 when Ridley Scott makes Alien. Okay? It's a fucking smash hit. A haunted house movie set in space, basically. And now Universal is like, we need our own Alien. We need a sci-fi movie about a fucking alien that's fucking killing everybody, right? Enter John Carpenter, the surly mustache man, his goddamn self. Okay? He comes in, his big dick and balls bouncing around, and his fucking dad jeans. Huge dick and balls.
Huge.
5.5 inches, ladies.
Yeah, and that's because he
no
had
girth.
Yeah, and because of that, he had to wear carpenter pants.
What are carpenter pants?
It's the jeans with like the loop to like hold a hammer and like extra pockets and
White
shit.
trash pants. You mean Walmart pants?
Carpenter, yeah.
Otherwise known as Phillip pants.
I don't wear jeans.
Every pair of Phillip pants. That's true. You only wear cargo shorts.
I don't know. I gave those to Goodwill. Now I get the ones with only 2 pockets.
Tupac, it's.
Yeah. He was going to release shorts called 2 Pockets, but, you know, the rest was history.
Yeah, he was murdered by the deep state because he was too close. Yeah. He was too close. He was getting too close, ladies and gentlemen. God damn it, it's serious business out there. So John Carpenter enters the pictures in the 70s, you know, makes his first couple of movies. You know, what are his first ones? Before Halloween, of course.
Dark Star.
Dark Star is his first it's his first full-length picture.
Assault on Precinct 13.
And then he makes Halloween. And my man is caked up, okay? He makes Halloween. Before Halloween, nobody knows who John Carpenter is. Halloween comes out, made for almost no fucking money. Big smash hit. All of a sudden, John Carpenter is caked up, okay? He's got a Brazilian butt lift. Every fucking producer in Hollywood is like, who is the big-bootied fucking hoe? That big-bootied hoe? That's fucking John Carpenter, dude. And Universal, they're like, I want to get up in those guts. They want to get up in those John Carpenter guts. Who doesn't, to be honest?
Exactly.
Just a fucking old man.
He's a dime.
Phil, would you not fuck an old man who likes to smoke pot and play video games and has a bad attitude?
My guru.
You said what?
Yes, I would have sex with him, and then he would become my guru.
He'd become your guru. That's right. So this is similar to last week's episode where we covered Christine. Universal Pictures. He's never worked with a major studio, okay? With Halloween, he didn't work with a major studio. A major studio, Universal Pictures, comes to John Carpenter and they go, will you please remake The Thing from Another World? And he's John Carpenter, dude. If he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it. The first thing he says, that's going to be a no from me, dog. Right? Mm-hmm. Straight up. All right? He's sitting there like Simon Cowell's, I hate it. He doesn't want to do it. The reason for that is he loved the original film, okay? This is 1979, 1980. He's already 30, 35 years old. He grew up on the horror films of the 1950s. Howard Hawks, the producer of The Thing from Another World, hero to John Carpenter. John Carpenter loves Howard Hawks pictures, right? And he's like, I'm not going to remake a fucking perfectly good horror film by my man, Howard Hawks. That's a no way, Jose. Eventually, he is convinced to read the novella by John Campbell. Again, that's the Jim Crow laws are super cool by me guy. But he rereads the novella, Who Goes There? And he's like, you know what? There's a lot of themes in this that I like that I don't think came across in the original 1951 film. Especially paranoia, people in the world not trusting each other. He saw that as becoming more and more a problem by the early 80s, which is so funny when you look back at it now, because when I think of the 90s, I just feel like we all kind of trusted each other. And even by John Carpenter's standards, that was a bad era for trust. Look at nowadays where it's like, I don't even know if I'm talking to my co-host right now. He might be deep state AI sent to me by Fauci, for all I know.
You never know. It's kind of like The Thing.
You never know. You never fucking know. So he sees it as a chance to do, not necessarily a remake, though it is. He sees it more of a chance to update it, right? He also thought that the original, The Thing from Another World, had kind of a lousy monster. So he's like, I want it to be the best monster you've ever seen. Obviously, it's a shape-shifting movie, so it's going to be all sorts of different types of monsters, but he sees a chance here to make it, new Coke, new Pepsi, clear Pepsi, right? He wants it to be like, you had Kiss in the 70s. He's like, you know what? Kiss without the makeup, right? That's how he's saying it. Right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the tears were falling.
Oh, yeah. The tears for fears, they were falling.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to watch for falling tears.
You could slip.
Yeah. Slip on tears.
Slip on tears and, break your crown.
Yeah.
Bleed out. You could die.
Yeah, you could if you break your crown.
Yeah, I know. I agree. You and I, this is one of those occasions where you and I are on the same page.
So if a king falls down and he breaks his crown,
does it make a sound?
Does it make a sound? Does it make you frown?
It does make a sound. No, it doesn't make me frown. I'm not a big fan of monarchies, but the sound it makes if a king slips on tears is this. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And he's inbred, so he has brittle bones.
Yeah. Oh, he's got brittle fucking bones, and he's,
snarled up.
Oh, yeah. He dies immediately. He explodes like a balloon filled with blood, bro.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah.
Now, Phil, the filming took place in Juneau, Alaska. For the most part, they did film in Hollywood at a certain point on a 101-degree fucking film lot. And they had to build a whole studio where they could be able to drop the temperature to 28 degrees. Yeah, but we'll get just a freezer. They built a meat packing freezer. Yeah, exactly.
He was in there.
Yeah, 100%. Now, there are two people we got to talk about when we talk about The Thing, bro. Okay? There's more people. We'll get to it in a second. there are two we have to start with. Obviously, this movie stars one of the GOATs, Kurt Russell.
Kurt fucking Russell.
Kurt-
The GOAT. The gold standard.
The gold standard of a man. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, when I think of a man, I don't think of, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's from fucking Mars. I don't think of Sylvester Stallone. He's from Venus. I think of Kurt fucking Russell, dude. Squirt Russell?
Squirt Russell rules. I mean,
I,
like besides his like his John Carpenter roles and like his other like big roles, hey man, he fucking killed it as Captain Ron. I will say that.
Kurt Russell and John Carpenter is one of the absolute great actor, director collabs in movie history, bro. Excuse me, movie herstory, okay?
Yeah.
But, you know, fuck, they did so much together, man. Like, either as the fuck everyone libertarian wet dream that is fucking Snake Plissken, or the dumbass friend who thinks it's all about him that is Jack Burton, right? Like, motherfucking Kurt Russell and John Carpenter, when they got together, they made gold. Except for Escape from LA. I am sorry about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that movie sucks, but that movie's not great. That is not great. Okay?
It is. Well, it's very close to sucking now.
It's really close to sucking. It's like,
it's
you
like
know,
not great and sucking.
well, it's like when you're on your knees and the wiener comes through the hole in the wall, but you got dry mouth. So it's like you're right at the doorstep of sucking.
It's almost there.
It's almost there. But you got dry mouth because you're so scared. You know?
Just put a lozenge in.
Just put a lozenge in. Yeah, you just pull out of holes, pop it in, you know.
I was like, ow, that burns.
Just give me a minute.
It's mentholated.
It's mentholated, exactly. K. Russ rules. We love him. He's the fucking big mean boyfriend of this podcast for now and for fudging ever. But we got to talk about the man who created probably the greatest practical horror effects of all time, Rob Bottin.
Yes.
We have to talk about Rob Bottin.
Gotta talk about Robbie Bottin.
Bobby Bottin, dude, is a big dick boss player. He's the BDBP for this episode, of course. And Phil, here's just a little snippet of his filmography. You ready?
Do it.
Star Wars. The original, New Hope. He worked on the cantina scene.
Oh shit, that's a lot of effects.
He also plays he plays the really tall alien in the fucking cantina band.
Okay.
Rob Dyrdek's Cantina Band, if you were trying to figure that out.
Okay.
He was also worked on The Howling. Okay, originally Rick Baker was on board, but left to do An American Werewolf in London. So Rob Bottin stepped up, did a pretty good transformation scene. Nowhere near as good as American Werewolf, but a pretty good one. Also, I didn't know. I've never been a huge The Howling fan, and when I was looking into it, I was like, oh, Joe Dante made this, and I fucking love Joe Dante. He's one of my favorite fucking horror directors.
Fucking Gremlins, brother.
Gremlins, but okay, I'll be honest, I love Gremlins, okay, and I actually like Gremlins too, but my favorite Joe Dante movie of all time is Inner Space. Did you ever see that?
That's with Martin Short.
Martin Short and Dennis Quaid. Yeah, Dennis Quaid, yeah. No, it's with Randy Quaid. Yeah, it's with Dennis Quaid.
We gonna go inside this man's body.
Okay, so Rob Bottin also did The Thing. We're gonna get to that in a second, but he also did the effects for RoboCop, Total Recall, Seven, and even Game of Thrones.
Really? He did some Game of Thrones. Wait.
Oh, it's Game of Thrones. No, you're right.
Okay.
Game of Thorns? No, it's Thrones. No, he did Game of Thrones.
Okay.
He did.
Cool.
He did that. So he was a horror geek, and as a wee little lad, he got hired by Rick Baker to work in his effects house at the ripe age of 14, y'all.
That's fucking starting early.
Yeah, that's starting early. Okay. Now look, I was already knee deep in pussy by the age of 6, but like 14, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's almost 40-year-old virgin territory, but like
Yeah.
again, I was getting pussy at 6 years old. Okay?
Got it so much that's why he's gay now. He's just tired of it.
No, that's not true. That's actually the kind of shitty and ignorant of you to say, okay?
Right.
I just got tired of I just got tired of all that me. No, I'm kidding. So then Rob Bottin gets hooked up with Carpenter and works with him on The Fog. Okay, and Carpenter's like, this guy's the fucking jizz. I love him. But for The Thing, he was 22 years old. This little whippersnapper works 7 days a week for over a year, late nights included, to get these effects just fucking right. That's dedication. That's fucking being dedicated.
Yes.
That's being dedicated. He did every creature effect except for the dog scene, which was done by Stan Winston. Again, another one of the fucking greats. We stan a Winston on this POD.
Yes.
So, Phil, let's discuss. I think it's time for you to tell us what the fuck even is the plot of The Thing, sister.
Well, the plot is, are you the Thing? I'm not the Thing. Is he the Thing? Is that the Thing? Are we the Thing? Are we all the Thing? We don't know.
And we never will.
No.
And we never will. What if it could have been is just like, what's the plot of The Thing? It's just like, I got a thing for you right here, mister.
Yeah, it's the Thing. Yeah.
Here's the fucking thing. Here's the fucking gray, gnarly fucking thing for you, pal.
Don't work.
It don't work. To be fair, the thing I'm grabbing right now and fucking being really fucking crass about, it doesn't work. Unless I have fucking dick pills. Okay? And I don't have any because I ran out of fucking insurance. Because I got laid off, ironically, from the vagina pill factory.
Yeah.
It was a
Go
pill.
to hims.com, everybody.
Go to hims.com. Go to hims.com. Yeah. Okay, so that's the plot. I don't want you to sit here and name fucking 20 names. That gets really fucking old.
Yeah,
Can you just literally name 3 names? What's the cast?
Well, we have Kurt Russell as R.J. McCready. We have Wilford Brimley as Blair, the surly senior biologist.
He's the guy with diabetes.
We have Keith David as Childs, the chief mechanic. This was actually his I think his debut into like film. Yeah, like this was his big break.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Hopefully I'm glad they got him on the cast after his big break.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Is that funny? The pun. Hey, I did a pun. Okay.
Cast and break, yes.
Yeah, because like you said it was his big break, and we're talking about the cast. I thought that would be good. Do you think that was good? Hey, I know like you're like, oh, go read the next name. Can you joke with me for a second? Was that a good joke or was that not a good joke?
It was the funniest joke I ever heard. It made me shit my pants.
Yes, you shit pants fucking tard. Go on.
All right. Well, we have Richard. Is it Mauser or Mazer?
Spell it.
Masur.
It's Masur.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Mauser because that would be Maus.
Mauser.
RRR. So it's Masur. It's probably Mathur. Say it like that.
Okay. Reese Clark, the dog handler.
Retake it. Retake it. Say his name correctly, dickface.
Richard Mauser.
No, it's not Mauser. It's Mathur.
Oh, Richard Mathur. The dog handler. He's also Stanley Uris in the 1990s It.
Oh yeah, that's right. I love that guy. He was like '90s dad.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly. Because I think he was like on a sitcom or like one of those like dad
I
shows.
think he was on a dad show.
Yeah, it wasn't a comedy. It was just like, oh, this is boring as shit. He's
Yeah,
just
well, it's a
flaming.
dad show.
Yeah, he's just
Dads suck.
death
Dads are inherently an unfunny species.
Andrew.
Okay, we all
That's
know
why
that.
dad jokes. Come on.
Exactly. Okay, give me one more, and then we're moving on from the cast.
All right. Well, let's include a little bit of girl power in here. We have Adrienne Barbeau as the voice of the chess game computer.
Really? That was Adrienne Barbeau?
That's Adrienne Barbeau. Yeah.
Really?
So out of this sausage fest, we get one woman.
And she's
Huge
a
knocker.
huge knockered lady,
Yeah.
sophisticated lady, big boob haver.
Big boob having.
Man, she's got boobs.
Oh yeah.
Okay, my favorite thing about boobs, ready? Is that they fed me when I was a baby.
That is true. They are life givers.
They're life givers, but let's be honest, they're also life taker awayers, huh?
Oh yeah, if you smother inside of them.
Yeah, you could be smothered to death. Yeah, that's again. I just want people to know, please do not engage if you see boobs. Okay, a lot of like the younger folk and stuff like that, they send us emails. Michael, you're such a big straight pussy hound and badass and stuff like that. And Philip, I know Philip's gay, but he's cool. But like,
Yeah.
Michael, you love pussy so much and you get tons of it and like just like bus loads, Greyhound buses of pussy, right? Like, what's some advice you can give me about boobs? Because I really like the shape of them and how squeezable they are or whatever, and they make the little squeaky dog toy noise when you squeeze them and all this kind of stuff. You know, these are 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
And
Swag.
they're watching us right now. So I want to say, if you come across boobs in your day-to-day, do a complete 180 and run screaming with your arms flailing like olive oil, okay? Like, those things will fucking kill you. Okay? You're too young to handle that shit.
Oh yeah.
A little too young to be handling the... Okay? That's the noise they make too, by the way. Yeah, they go... Anyways, Adrienne Barbeau is certainly more than just a pair of really scary farting tits. She's also in, Escape from New York. She's one of my favorites. I absolutely love Adrienne Barbeau. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe actually her and John Carpenter were a thing for a while.
They were married for a sec.
That's right. They were married. Now, of course, I don't believe in marriage because Philip's gay. And he corrupted the idea of marriage for me. That's politics. We're not going to get into that, okay? But Phil, is that it for the cast?
That is for the cast.
Okay, so I got to ask, what was the budget for this movie? Because this is, I got to say again, real quick, John Carpenter's first big budget major studio film. So this is a big moment in his career. What was the budget?
15 million.
Okay, not bad for that era. Now, at first, I know that Universal was like, hey, we'll give you $250,000 for the practical effects, the special effects. So if you've seen the movie, the big monster effects, the heart attack scene with the chomper chest and all that kind of stuff, the dogs, all that stuff, we'll give you $250,000. That was already a big number for that era, for special effects. After going back and forth with Rob Bottin, Stan Winston, and all the people who worked on the special effects, they come back to Universal and they go, we actually need $750,000. We need $750,000 to be able to actually do these special effects correctly. And Universal was so, we need our own alien, that they were like, all right, fine, fuck it. So $750,000 of the $15 million budget, a little bit less than 1/15, 1/20th maybe-ish, is straight up special effects. And my God, did they get bang for their buck. Okay, so $15 million for the budget. Phil,
You're not gonna like it.
No, stop. I'm sure it. Don't say it. What the fuck? Hey,
Sorry.
do you not understand after doing hundreds of episodes with me at this point that we need to build a little tension? So, Phil, okay, give me a wink and say the word wink.
Wink.
Okay, thank you. Did this make Marvel money? Wink.
Yes.
Oh, it did. Okay, never mind then. Moving right along. How much did it make? How big of a flop was it?
$19.6 million.
$19.6 million.
Nothing. At all.
That's nothing. Again, I give you $15, right? Here's $15, Philip. You disappear for 2 years, and you come back after promising me that I might make $1,000 by the time you get back to me. Fine, I got $15. Who gives a shit? I got work. I got stuff to do. You come back 2 years later after annoying me, telling me how big it's going to be. You're calling me every day. That $15, bro. It's going to be huge. And you come back and you're like, here's $19. I've made $4 after 2 years. Yes. That is why that's not a profit. Not really. Oh. Not really. No. That is a flop. This movie was a horrendous flop. You need to understand what we're saying. This is The Thing. Genuinely one of the most frightening films ever made. One of the most finely directed. The score by Ennio Morricone and Carpenter. Like, everything about this score in this film and the writing and the acting, it's fucking Kurt Russell with his big, awesome hair and his fucking gorgeous beard and his fucking piercing, beautiful, cocksucking eyeballs. Everything.
Very piercing eyes.
It's got Keith David, who legit has the coolest voice ever.
Yes.
The
dude is like he he does like was it the Navy or the Marines or the
He was in every armed fucking service and won every war, okay? That's how cool he is, okay? Oh, he invented black guy voice. That's how cool. That's how fucking cool that guy is. Keith David is our hero, besides Kurt Russell. I'm sorry. I know. I wish it was Keith David and all that stuff. We're not that progressive, okay? Kurt Russell does... he edges out Keith David, but I'm telling you, Keith David probably fucks like a champ. Fucking cool as shit. Love Keith David, but...
He likes him to go butt to butt.
What's the reference?
Requiem for a Dream.
Thank you. This movie was a flop. This almost ended John Carpenter's career. Like, just flat out. That was it. He was almost drummed out of Hollywood for this.
This is the reason he was like, yeah, I'll take Christine.
Yeah, he took Christine, a movie he didn't want to make, a book he read that he was like, I don't know, just the idea of a car that kills people, that doesn't do it for me. Like, I think Christine's a great movie. We did it last week. Didn't get as much love for it. I get it. We're not going to complain. Whatever. Sometimes you make a stinker. All right?
Yeah.
Apparently, The Thing is John Carpenter's stinker for that era. His first major fucking studio film is a massive fucking just wiener tug in the shower. Nobody gives a fuck, right? It's a fucking disaster. Okay? $19 million. This is where you find out that Rotten Tomatoes has a lot of modern critic ratings, because I guarantee you that the Rotten Tomatoes for The Thing is going to be very high.
Yes.
But it was not when it came out. If there was a Rotten Tomatoes in 1982, it would have been like a 49%, a 27%. Legit. Critics of the era thought it sucked dick, okay? Phil, what's the Mater meter?
85%. That's fucking high as fuck.
Yeah, it's high as fuck. I would argue it's not high enough. We'll get to that at the end of the episode, but 85%, that is respectable. I'll take it. What's the audience score, though, bro?
92%.
See, that's more like some shit I can get behind. Okay? That's some shit I can get behind. That's a booty that'll keep you warm in winter, bro.
Oh, yeah.
All right? That ass on fire. Okay?
Fire.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
92%. This is, again, one of the sadly rare occasions where the audience is which should always be the case, is way more correct than the critics. Oh, fuck. Like, at the time that it came out, a lot of people said that the absolutely astounding Rob Bottin practical special effects in the film, actually, they said that the critics of the era said it detracted from the story of the thing, which is more about the paranoia, which one of us is the thing. Could not be further from the truth, of course. You know, the Rob Bottin special effects, it's the exclamation point at the end of every paranoid scene. You know what I mean? Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's talk about it. Phil, The Thing. You watched it this week?
Yes, I did. I watched it Saturday morning before filming.
Oh, that's right, for the parody that we
Yeah.
did. Also, by the way, Philip didn't actually burn to death in a horrible
Nope,
flamethrower
I'm here.
accident. He's still here, and I didn't murder his family. Don't worry. I mean, there's still the option, and he knows that. Talks over
Yeah.
me again, I might.
Okay.
Okay.
Try not to. You're hanging that over my head.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'll kill you, son of a bitch. Phil, talk to me, baby. What do you think about this little movie?
I learned it's a great movie to watch during cold weather, like cold weather.
Well, it takes place in Antarctica, so I'd imagine
Yeah.
it is.
Like I watched the movie and I'm like, man, I'm cold.
Yeah.
But it's just I just love that movie. I love just the cold or desolate thing about it, where it's like we talked about the no escape thing. It's like, how are they gonna get the fuck out of there? They're
They're not
at an
gonna.
outpost. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in a little science outpost, for America. Just, America was like, hey, we need to be on every continent. Let's go to Antarctica and let's have them, I don't know, measure how, let's let them do experiments on ice cubes and scotch glasses.
Yeah. Play chess and get mad at it.
That's what I mean. If you stick an ice cube up a really angry, Wilford Brimley's asshole, how long will it take for him to scream at you? That's mainly the experiments they were running.
Well, I think this with Brimley, he's got a high tolerance for pain.
Yeah.
So I think it takes him a little bit longer. He's like, all right, take it out.
Phil, I didn't say how big this ice cube was.
Oh.
It is the size and dimensions of rapper turned actor Ice Cube being shoved up Wilford Brimley's patootie.
It's a pretty tough dude. And I think he could take it. The only thing he couldn't take was diabetes.
Yeah, got him in the end.
Yeah, it did.
Got him in the end, just like Ice Cube got him in the end, huh?
After all those daytime commercials.
Yeah, diabetes. Man, I love Wilford Brimley. Did you
Me
ever?
too.
What's your favorite Wilford Brimley role?
Let's
And
see.
don't say My Fellow Americans, because that's everybody's favorite Wilford Brimley role.
I liked him in Cocoon. He's the guy's like, hey, I think he's the one that gets like in the pool and he's like, well, my dick's hard. His dick, he's his
I
own
think
man.
Wilford Brimley said that every time he got in a pool.
Yeah.
My dick's hard. Why my dick so hard?
It's all the insulin.
Yeah. This insulin is running to my dick and it's making it hard. Why
Glenda,
is
come jerk me off.
my dick's hard? Just scream that next time I'm just walking through a parking lot. Oh, my dick's hard.
You live in the city. I'm sure a lot of homeless will scream that.
Yeah, I've heard some funny stuff by some hobos over the years.
It's like GTA. So you just hear a weird conversation with one guy.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Absolutely. Okay. So, a lot of people wonder what the Norwegian is saying at the beginning of the film. Do you know the answer to that?
No, I don't.
So at the beginning of the film, there's a dog, a cutesy bootsy little pupperino, and he's just jogging along through the snow in the sub-zero continent of Antarctica. And there's a helichopper above him with a couple of goddamn Swedish cocksuckers, the Norwegian cocksuckers, and they're shooting at this puppy. Who shoots at a puppy?
Norwegians, obviously.
Yeah, pieces of shit.
They're a very, very rough people.
Now, it turns out that this dog is actually a thing from outer space, a goddamn gray that's infected a fucking puppy. The dog eventually makes it to the American base camp, right? John Carpenter, that tall old guy who was in a bunch of shit when we were kids, like the pre-James Cromwell guy. Like, they're all there. Keith David, all of them, they all come out like, what in the Sam hell is going on here, right? The Norwegian comes out and he's screaming some shit in Norwegian, right? Translation is, get the hell away. It's not a dog. It's some sort of thing. It's imitating a dog. It isn't real. Get away, you idiots. And it's like, fucking manners.
Yeah.
You're going to call them idiots?
Yeah.
You're going to curse at them?
Hey, Mr. Euro trash.
That's the other thing. You guys would be speaking fucking Russian if it wasn't for us, okay? You fucking ungrateful fucking cocksuckins.
Exactly.
Really was a problem for me. But he was trying to warn them because he was trying to save humanity. So I do understand that. But just don't call people idiots. I just don't think that's nice.
No, it's not.
I'm turning over a new leaf where I just say nice things. Here, Phil, I'll give you a compliment.
Thank you. Please.
All right. See? There. You already said thank you. So
I did.
Yeah, you fucked up.
I did.
No, I'll give you a compliment. I don't think you smell shitty.
Thank you. I don't either.
Yes.
I took a shower.
Yes, I know how to compliment. Okay, let me try another one. I don't know. I think 3 inches is good enough.
Thank you.
Now you give me a compliment. Because that's what compliments are for, is for you to then be complimented.
I love what you're wearing. I love the shirt with the necklace and the hoodie. It looks really good on you. I'm being serious.
I'm not wearing a necklace. I thank you for that genuinely. But that's not a necklace. That is a growth. It's a ringworm.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do thank you for that. I try really hard to not be super hot and super fuckable to all the ladies because I love vagina. Yeah. And you as a gay man, I think you understand.
I understand.
Get a lot of new, viewers who are just gonna be like, "Oh, so he's the gay one?" No, but I'll give you another compliment. I just wish I could crawl through your beard and lay eggs that then burst forth into little Michaels that are like little Ewoks, and your beard is the forest they populate and throw spears at things that
I like that.
may harm
That's a
you.
cute little story.
Thank you. When you go to work tomorrow, you can be like, oh man, my co-host said that he wants to be little Ewoks that live in my beard.
Yeah. What my friend said, my beard is the forest planet of Endor.
Right, and the guy you're talking to is like, "Okay."
Yeah. He's like, "Okay." Just walks away.
Oh, I love our new compliment time segment on the show. Phil, do you have any factoids?
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, then I think it's time for, let me pull up the song. Thank you for complimenting my shirt. I'll give you a compliment. You did a really good job in the parody opening for this episode, and I appreciated your energy and excitement working on it.
That means so much.
Yeah.
It really does.
I know. I hope it does, and it's true. But I just hate complimenting people. I come from evil pieces of shit. Okay, so let's see. Where's the factoid song? Here it is. Kick it. Factoids from behind the scenes. All right, Phil, you got a little fucking factoid for me?
Yeah.
Kick it.
Okay. This actually opened the same day as Blade Runner, and these two movies met very unfavorable reactions by critics. And then both these films became masterpieces. I'm not into Blade Runner at all, but I do own it, and I'll put it on sometimes just because it's so pretty, so cool looking.
Yeah, it's wonderfully shot. Yeah, I do kind of get bored by it, and we do need to do a revisit. Maybe doing a parody where we actually try and do our best to, really honor it. Might help us view it in a different light, or at least me and you.
Yeah, well,
could.
It's also that movie was made by like one of my favorite fucking directors, Ridley Scott.
It's Tony Scott, but go off.
It was Last Boy Scout?
No, it was Days of Thunder.
Okay.
No, I agree with you, dude. I fucking love Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott's the fucking man. I was watching Gladiator the other day. I was like standing up. I was in my underwear just fucking quoting the movie back to itself. Like, I love Ridley Scott movies.
Yeah.
But yeah. A lot of the reason, at least according to John Carpenter and others, for The Thing's failure at the box office is that it had been a pretty sci-fi heavy year at the box office, and that people had seen really positive versions of aliens visiting in recent years. E.T. obviously being a big one. Close Encounters.
The Thing actually came out 2 weeks after E.T.
Yeah.
People are like, I don't like this alien. I don't like this alien.
That's the thing. And look, at that point, Steven Spielberg is already pretty much Steven Spielberg as we know him. Like, he'd already made fucking Jaws. He'd already made fucking Close Encounters and all that shit. And I think people were like, a big exciting movie about like a cute little dorky alien who loves Reese's Pieces and stuff like that. And then this new guy shows up, chain smoking pothead, who's like, hey, what if it's just that everybody's a piece of shit and we're all going to die fucking movie set in the fucking, the furthest southernmost fucking land on Earth. It's depressing.
Worst place in the world.
I know. He's like, hey, how about a really depressing hour and 43-minute fucking, sad fest?
Yeah.
Same thing with Blade Runner. Blade Runner is a very dour movie. It's a downer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, what else you got?
All right, so the sound editor, Colin, I'm going to spell his name out. No.
Michael Che?
Hang on. Mouat.
M-O-U. Muat.
All right, so sound editor Colin.
Muat.
He created the dog sound effects, like the cries and stuff, by gathering dogs from his neighborhood and putting them in his house, and then going with like the shades open and shit, and just going around the house outside in a trench coat and like a hat and like the collar up and just like knocking on the windows and making fucking noises at them. So they're like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Wait, when you say he gathered the dogs from the neighborhood, what does that mean? He stole a bunch of his neighbor's dogs and scared the shit out of them for an hour?
I want to say he might have just stole dogs,
okay.
Or he might have went door to door like, hey, can I like use your dog for this like movie? I don't know.
As the owner of both a dog and a lonely heart, I gotta say, not cool. Jason
No.
Mouat or whatever his name is. That
Yeah.
is not cool.
You asshole.
Not cool.
Give the
You
dog a
are the
mama.
bitch of this episode, but also did a good job with the sound. So I don't know. Maybe it's a push. What else we got?
Yeah. All right. Well, we talked about Toby Hooper was like slated to do it. Well, let's talk about his script. So his version of the thing did not have the shape shifting monster that would like get into like other people like a parasite. Hooper had a Moby Dick style script with a character named the Captain, and he's on a quest to find and kill the thing. Hooper also wanted it to be a horror comedy, so he pitched it as a swashbuckling action adventure epic and like a modern day Moby Dick set in Antarctica. And the producers Drew Turner and Stuart Cohen were appalled by the pitch script and fired Hooper. Cohen later said, "We avoided a disaster. It would have been one of the worst movies ever made."
Okay, so I'm going to say two things. One is really nice, compliment time. The other one, uncompliment time. These are both directed at Toby Hooper. Compliment time, Toby Hooper directed arguably the great American horror film with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Uncompliment time, Toby Hooper is probably a major letdown as a director. Okay, because in the 80s, he got it in his fucking head that the very thing he did with the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre should be completely undone by making horror comedies. Now, horror comedies can be great, okay? I love me some horror comedies. I think Tremors is a great example of a movie that has really good scares and is also funny.
Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2, even better example, okay? But what he winds up doing is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which is, it's fine, it's amiable, it's hard to hate it, but it's also kind of shitty. And I'll tell you this, no matter what you think about that movie, like it or love it, it is not a fucking funny movie. It's just not that fucking funny at all.
No, it's just weird.
It's just weird, which is fine. I like weird, but come on, you know. That sounds like a really shitty script. That sounds like a really shitty script. I've written plenty. I'm not judging them. All right, come on, fact me, baby.
All right, let's see. Oh, well, get this. Ernie Hudson was actually the front runner to play Childs before Keith David. But then Carpenter met with Keith David and was like, "This guy can fucking act." Not saying Ernie couldn't.
Yeah, but Ernie Hudson, I think Ernie Hudson can play. He can play menacing. He can play nice guy. You know, like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
But I don't know if like he doesn't have the sauce to be able to do what fucking Keith David can do. Keith David's fucking voice, man. His eyes. Like Keith David fucking rips.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting though.
Yeah. So since Donald Pleasance was actually supposed to be was the original choice for Blair, but he had like scheduling conflicts, and that could have been another Carpenter guy, was Donald Pleasance.
Yeah, and I look, how should I say this? I really love Donald Pleasance in his role as the world's worst psychiatrist in Halloween. The world's first pistol-packing... He was like the fucking Medea of psychiatrists in Halloween. A pistol-packing, no-nonsense psychiatrist.
He's pure evil.
Yeah. But he's not... I don't know. You know, like Donald Pleasant's one of those actors I'm just sort of like... I'm like Switzerland on. I'm just like, he's fine. I don't really have a strong opinion. Like, I love Dr. Loomis, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting. Wait. Whoa, hold on. Who's Blair?
Blair was
That was Wilford
Brimley.
Brimley. Okay, right. Okay. I'm just glad Wilford Brimley's in it because I
Yeah.
fucking adore Wilford Brimley. He's he's the man. He rips, dude.
It's like that guy. You know, like I said, it's like, man, I wish he was my grandpa.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well,
Right.
I liked my grandpa.
I
I
didn't
guess
really
you
get to know
hated your
my-
grandfather.
Yeah, I hated him so much he died of an aneurysm.
Damn, that's a lot of hate, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was a very mean toddler.
Okay. Sounds like
I think I was like,
you were like fire starter.
yeah,
But
fucking prodigy.
hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, that's not what I meant. I meant the Stephen King movie, but go on.
Oh yeah.
But go off,
Yeah.
Queen. Give me another
Here's
fact right
another-
now. Fact me.
This is the last casting suggestion. Kevin Kline was suggested by Universal to play MacReady. But they feared he didn't have enough star power, so Carpenter met with Kline, and they had a serious thought, but then it went to Kurt Russell.
Look, yeah, for a long time, John Carpenter actually really didn't commit until the very end. Until everybody else had been cast, he did not commit to Kurt Russell. Now, obviously, they'd already worked together. You know, the Elvis movie, Escape from New York, all that kind of stuff. But he still just wasn't sure if he wanted to keep working with the same guy per se. He was keeping his options open. Kevin Kline, I love Kevin Kline, okay? I don't love him in everything. Have you ever seen A Fish Called Wanda?
Not the whole way.
Okay, so no. I'll tell you this. Kevin Kline can play intense like nobody's business. He can play crazy like nobody's business. He probably would have been fine in this, but it's one of those ones where it's hard for me to actually picture it because this is so iconically Kurt Squirt Russell. So, okay. That's interesting, though. Kevin Kline.
You know, I've never seen a lot of Kevin Kline, but my favorite Kevin Kline is In and Out.
Oh, it's a great one. Yeah, dude. It's also one of my favorite Frank Oz movies. Sure, dude.
Frank fucking Oz. Yoda.
Frank fucking Oz, man. Yoda, well, sure, but also, I mean, come on, man. Mrs. Piggy.
Miss Val. Duh.
Also, I like how I said Mrs. Piggy.
Yeah.
It's Ms. Piggy. No.
Yeah, they just that frog and pig just haven't figured out to get married yet.
They just, well, look, they're still animals, so they don't have the God-given right to matrimony. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah. Okay. Give me another fact before I fucking kill you.
All right, well, let's talk about the chest chomp scene.
Hey, we'll take it again, okay? On
Well,
3. 1, 2, 3.
So the chest chomp scene, a double amputee was used to create that. You know, of course, Dr. Cooper with Norris.
Mr. Cooper, but go on.
Yeah. So Rob Bottin.
Damn thing bit my arms off, kids.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to be able to dribble.
He found a guy that was a double amputee from like the elbow down on both arms, and that the reason he was a double amputee.
It sounds like you keep wanting to say W.
Yeah, it sounds like wrestling.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he found this guy that was like a double amputee, and he lost his arms in an industrial like accident, like at a plant.
Oh God.
So he fit the man with 2 prosthetic forearms, like consisting of like wax bones, rubber veins, and jello. For the wide angle shot, he fit the man with a skin
Rubber veins
mask.
and liquor. Sorry.
Yeah. To do, damn it.
I know. I threw you off, man. Go on. Sorry.
I'm just trying to like look at my notes and not just read them. So for the wide angle shot, he fit the man with like a skin-like mask taken from a mold of like the guy's face that they used.
Right.
And he placed the arms in the chest cavity where a set of mechanical jaws chomped down on them. And then as the actor pulls his arms away, the jello arms severed below his elbows and shit. Yeah, it's just a big
Ugh,
thing.
such a good effect, man.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting. So in the shot where he pulls his arms up and they're ripped off, and it's looking up at Homeboy when his arms get bitten off by the chest. You're saying that that's a fucking mold mask that guy's wearing.
Yeah.
That's the double amputee in that moment. That is so I got to rewatch this. Holy shit, dude. That's so fucking cool.
Let's see. Well, let's see. I gotta flip some pages. Sorry about that.
You can flip as many pages as you fucking want, dude. Okay? I'm here for facts.
We haven't talked about this, but this is something that we had to do through filming, is that Kurt Russell took a drag on a cigarette at the beginning of certain shots to make it look like they're in a cold environment.
So for the intro to this episode on the YouTube, at least for those listening at home, if you check us out on YouTube, you can see the parody version that we did, which is like not necessarily parody as in it's super funny. It actually just comes off kind of fucking serious in a lot of ways. It's funny, but like it's like I feel like we did with so much focus on making it John Carpenter like that it's not necessarily funny so much as just kind of fucking dour. But before we delivered every single fucking line, Philip and I had to take a drag off a cigarette, which is very funny for Philip. He's a smoker, but he's also a really gaggy guy. So like he would take a drag off a cigarette and start to say his line and go...
Like I said during filming, I was like, it's like someone's dad like caught them smoking.
And yet you're a gay man. It's like, I just feel like you would be gagging. Like you would just be the worst blowjob. How do you get over that as a gay man?
Therapy.
Okay, so you go into the therapist's office. In fact, let's play it. I'm the therapist.
Okay.
In fact, you play the therapist, and I'm going to come in, okay? Your name is Dr. Klotz.
Dr. Klotz, okay.
So I come in.
Hello, Doctor.
Okay, so, hi, doctor. I have a problem. Is why I'm seeing is the which of why I'm seeing you right now. My name's Philip, and I just wanted to say that as a gay man, I want to learn how to give blowjobs without gagging. What advice might you have, doctor?
Well, I would say go to a doctor for a dry mouth rinse. A lot of old people use it. And a lot of hard candy.
On DVD.
Yeah, cough drops. Just something to moisten the mouth. Actually, drink water. That would help too.
Okay. So in your mind... A therapist is literally you just go to them and complain about how gay you are and how to get blowjob tips. Is that what you think therapy is, Phil?
I don't know. Never had it. Well,
I've never had it.
I've had massage therapy.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Yeah, you go in and they massage the mind, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was in the library.
Give me one final fucking factoid to beat the band. Not just the one that's right in front of your face. I want the fucking banger of a factoid you got left.
All right. Give me a second.
I'll give you two. You got 2 seconds. 1 second
You want to learn about
is me hitting you. Second is you hitting the ground.
Do you want to learn about the flamethrower? Or flamethrowers?
Oh, hey, okay. What happened here with the flamethrowers? Fuck.
The flamethrower throughout the film is a M2A17.
Sure, I knew that, just on sight.
Yeah, but the character, who was Palmer?
You mean who's the actor who played Palmer?
Well, no, just like which character was Palmer?
Palmer was isn't he the one who kind of looks like Jason Patrick? The one who gets bit in the head?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think so.
Because he's got the flamethrower.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one that he had was it was propane powered, not like gas.
Sure.
and the model was
Isn't propane a gas?
It is, but I mean like gasoline, and
Do people put gasoline in flamethrowers?
maybe I don't know. No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know how fucking
Yeah, it just
flamethrowers.
feels like just too volatile. A gas.
So yeah, so his was like one that you could just buy,
like at the
a
store.
commercially made one that
Okay.
was used for like burning like weeds or removing ice from planes.
Or
Actually,
like warding off the woke mob, that kind of thing. Sure.
yeah, but the reason it was easy to get was because it had a shorter flame of like 7 feet,
Okay.
and of course, I guess they had to go through like fucking permits and shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
but most of the other scenes was the genuine World War II spec.
Right.
Liquid fueled. Okay, yeah. So the big one was like the liquid fueled, and then the propane was of
It
course
was
the
like a
propane.
gas type
Yeah.
thing. Okay, gotcha. Okay. But then again, gasoline is a liquid fuel. Huh.
I don't know how it works.
Can I be honest? I don't know how anything works.
Me neither, man.
I know, like, I was making love the other day and sticky white pea again comes out, and I'm like, what is this? Like, how does that work?
You gotta go to your doctor about that.
I know. I'll probably go to the same doctor who told you to get a dry mouth rinse.
He's the best doctor.
Clearly, he's Dr. Klotz, right?
Yeah.
He's the fucking official doctor of Movie Podcast Now Plus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Phil, what do we think about 1982's That Thing? What's your rating? What do you give it?
I'm gonna give the motherfucker a 95.
This motherfucker getting a 95?
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker getting a 95 from Phil?
And then the audience score.
Okay, all right, better than the audience score. 95, fuck yeah, man. That's pretty high, but I got to be honest, mine, I give it a 96. I win. So that does it for this week, but be sure to join us on Patreon, where every subscriber gets their name in our closing credits, as you're seeing right now in John Carpenter font. Only $3 a month. And we'll also be doing a special episode of our Patreon pirate radio show this week, where we're going to be listening to Ennio Morricone soundtrack classics. So you're going to want to check that out because, oh my God, it's going to be thick. It's going to fucking make you squirt. And next week on the POD, we're going to be talking about Big Trouble. Little China?
I think so.
Big Trouble in Little China, or are we doing Escape from New York?
I think you know what is Escape from New York.
It's Escape from New York. Sorry, but we will be getting to Big Trouble in Little China. It's going to be we're going to round out the month with that. So check it out. See you next week. Remember to like and subscribe on the YouTube, and if you're listening to us in audio form only, leave us a review. Tell your friends about it, okay? And it helps us help you learn more about all the stuff you've ever wanted to know, but were too afraid to ask about your favorite films of all time. I'm Michael.
And I'm Philip.
That's Philip. That's his floating head right there.
Yeah.
It's not like I did a cutout. Like, that's his fucking floating head. That's what he looks like when he's not on set.
I'm a genie.
He's a genie in a bottle.
Yep.
Yeah, genie.
I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but yeah.
Genie in a butthole.
Yeah, I'm a genie in a butthole.
And remember,
baby.
he's the gay one, okay? I'm super straight love puss. All
Yeah.
right. See you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.